Why are you doing comedy? How are you disabled? You can walk, can't you? You can pick up things. Where are you disabled? How are you getting this discount? Why are you not driving yet? Can you have any kids?
What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's episode of Jordan Jarrett-Bryan's The Coolest Disabled in the World. Yes, you know that's me by now. I am that guy. This is the podcast where I invite some really cool people on. People doing really, really dope, amazing things. And we just have a real fun chat about some of those things that they're doing. We explore them, we chat about it, we have a laugh and try and ascertain if they can be or are cooler than me. Again, we know by now, I've done enough of these to know that they're not, but they're very, 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 very cool. And let's have that discussion. Let's duke it out and find out how cool they really are. They also have different disabilities. And I'm interested to know how their disabilities have or might not have shaped their journeys, what they're doing, and their general outlook on life. And I've got an amazingly dope guest on the show this week. I'm very, very excited because I've got my South London sister on the podcast today. Some big love. Come on, South London in the building. Shout out to Dominique Variety Davis. Dominique, tell me something. Talk to me. What are you saying?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, so call my government name. Allow it, man. Just because I come from Lambeth, I did steal a couple sweeties, pick and make some waters. I didn't knock down Woolies. Woolies got knocked down. I didn't do it.
You just outed yourself there. You just outed yourself. I didn't even out you like that, but now you've incriminated yourself, Dominique. Like, I'm sorry.
Again, you're not fed, you know. Hey, listen, DCIJJ, yo, hey, this guy. Not even
Dominique.
She's been in the game for like 18 years.
Not Dominique. Stephnie's here. Not Dominique. Who's Dominique?
Stephanie. When you say Stephanie, Steph my back foot, man. Listen.
Listen, how are you?
Man, with Stephanie. Yeah.
Never that. How are you doing, my lovely? How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm coming of age, fighting the cold, battles, always got to be a fighter. But besides that, it's good to be alive. Like I said, 18 years in the game of comedy.
Yes, I did mention in the intro there that you are a stand-up comic, an extremely funny young lady. I know you keep doing this whole "I'm getting old" nonsense. You're a young lady.
Yeah, I mean,
plenty
I know there's a
of
baby
your prime
girl.
years ahead of you.
Baby, prime. Yeah, I can afford Amazon Prime, but yeah.
No, man, Prime soon come. And listen, I'm really interested to hear, your journey. I've seen so much of your content, and I'm really interested in kind of exploring and showing our audience kind of what comedy means to you and your route into it. Before we get into that, I ask all my guests, Dominic, same question to start off with. Out of 10, what is your coolness number?
I'm gonna give it a 9. 9 and fine.
Oh wow, you got 9.5. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 9.5. 9 and fine. Come on now.
9.5. Wow, you're the first guest to go so high. 9.5.
Really?
Is that what you're telling me?
Come on, man, reach high, man. What are you talking about? Listen, we gotta reach this.
9.5.
I
like this. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just shocked at the kind of you gone straight in. But you know what? What we do is we ask the guests at the start what their coolest number is, and then by the end of the show, I work out if what they were saying was too low or too high, and then I tell you what I think your coolness is. All right? But you say 9.5.
1.5 high. You must have 1.5 high because I'm born the 8th of May. So yeah, it's all right.
I never said that. I asked you the question. You gave me an answer. So let's do this. Let's go. So let's start, Dominique, with you are from Lambeth, like my good self. Whereabouts, first of all? Whereabouts in Lambeth were you born and raised?
So I was born and raised in SW8. South Lambeth Road.
Yeah. So
basically, I'm technically Vauxhall, not Stockwell. People keep getting
I was going to say, that's not quite Brixton. That's more Stockwell, Don't try it. All this time
No, it's Vauxhall. It's Vauxhall, okay? It's Vauxhall. All right. When it goes beyond the Tate Library, okay, it's a mini
You're
little
pushing
one of
it.
the Tate Library.
You're pushing it. You're pushing it. You're pushing
Your
it, Dominique. You're
Vauxhall, you
pushing
wear
it.
all the ain't no stopping us now. You know what I'm saying? The tavern, bar, the Royal Tavern. You know what I'm saying? You got the MPs on
I
the
know where it
bridge,
is. I
takes on the
know where it
bridge.
is. I
You
know
see what
where
I'm
it is.
saying? Don't try
It's
it.
on the border. It's on the border. It's on the border. All right, I'll let you
Yeah,
through.
I don't need
I'll
the
let you
news. I
through.
see the news outside my old house back then. Well, my mum's old house. But then my mum moved me and my brother, one of my brothers, who's well, they're both autistic, but the eldest one, after he was born, we moved to West Norwood at York Hill Estate. And then after that, my mum said, you know what? Looking around, going, I don't want my kids being born in the the hood, sorry, council flat, because she did as well, back in Springfield Estate, which is like Union Road, like them sides. So we've always been Lambeth, and then my mom said, you know what? I'm buying that house. I'm gonna work on property. So now I'm living in Croydon. And now I got my own
Okay.
house here, whilst my mum lives around the corner, so I can literally nick her butter anytime I want. I'd be like, "Hi, mum, you're right? Yeah, man. You know what? Let me take some toilet paper, take some flora. Yeah, it's just all good. No sponsor, but yeah, it's all nice. No, I can't afford that, man. Yeah,
So
you
so
can't
um
get
so,
too high.
so Dominique, I'm going to call you by your government name, Dominique, just for
Go
today.
on. I call you JJB anyway, so like, it's all right.
Cool.
It's cool.
You could call me whatever you want, my lovely, whatever you want. Comedy. Where did that start and why?
It began when I was 16 years young. Yes,
Hmm.
I broke the laws of Britain. You know, even though there has been a few British comics along the way, but they're mostly male and white. I'd say that, like it's Daz. And then, but with me, it was different because I bunked off school, naughty me. Shout out to St. Martin in the Field School, which is closed down earlier this year.
You shut
In
down.
Tulse Hill. Yeah, shut down now. Tulse Hill, like, well, Tulse Hill School
Ah,
for Girls. Dick Shepherd. yeah.
yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
that era. Yeah,
We
it's
got Dick
gone now.
Shepherd. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's your times. Yeah, see, you know
Yes,
what it
it
was.
was. It
But anyway,
was. Yeah.
so yeah, so basically, I bunked off English lessons because me and William Shakespeare got beef. So me and him, we don't get along. Yeah, and I just every time it was my turn to read, I got dyslexia as well. But that's not my main disability. That's just one of my neuro function stuff. Which is fantastic by the way for a comic. I used to like close the book because William had too much questions. It was always to be, not to be, answer the question. I'm like, nah, brother, you. Mm-mm. And I just bunk off school. I hate standing up reading out to the class because I was star.
Okay.
Even in comedy, I never ever wrote at the back of my hands or the front of my hands like many comedians do. No disrespect, but I don't. I never done that. So when I bunked off, I went to Rivington Street, which is bang in the middle between Old Street and Shoreditch, and I heard some crackling and some laughing, some giggles. I was thinking, okay, is this a comedy gig or a cult? So I had to go. Me and my nosy self will find out with my pumps and my pee jogging bottoms because it's an all girls school I went to, so I didn't like the skirts and tights. They were itching my thighs. And so yeah, I put them on with a Reebok hoodie and then went to the back doors of that comedy club called the Comedy Cafe. And I thought a bouncer was reaching my shoulders because me and my loud self back then was like, boo, yeah, rubbish, it was amateur night. And one big hand on my left shoulder, and I thought it was the bouncers, but it weren't. It was the lovely Tony Hendricks. And I thought he was a white geezer, but as soon as he spoke a bit of patois, I was like, oh my god, raw, you know. So like, he said, "Oh, did you say you can do better than me?" Yeah. And then he's like, "What's your name?" My name is Variety D. And he said, you're up next." I was like, "What?" Okay then. So I went up on stage and then I did like I talked about what happened at school. I did impressions of like my teachers, my friends, my bullies, family, all that kind of stuff. And at the time, because it's like you're talking 2000, 2007, 2008, this is when Catherine Tate was imitating teenage, girls. She was doing all these characteristics.
Yeah,
So
I
people must have
remember.
thought I
Yeah.
was like a black Catherine Tate, like an older woman imitating a younger girl. But when Tony found out, he said, "Yeah, you did really well." Like the audience loved it, probably for three reasons. Because one, there's drinks that I cannot smell even to this day that taste delicious, but I didn't touch on them. And two, it was past my Betty buyers. And three, yeah, again, they were just intoxicated. So But Tony, he kind of knew, through his glasses. He was like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 17 and a half." And he's like, "Okay, I'm 16." Literally, was like, "Yeah, but don't tell no one." And he's like, "You seem familiar." I was like, "What do you mean?" He knew my uncle. So my uncle Paul Murphy, give a little facts about him, is that he was in Bugsy Malone 1976. He played Leo Smith, the boxer, and then years later he was one of the line producers for Hackney 291 show and LWT, which that's not there anymore. And did lots of things after that. He's now one of the ambassadors for BFI, which is the British Film Institute, and also BAFTA. So yeah, I am a stat nepotist. That's why when I look at that t-shirt behind your head, I'm like, "Oh, Rowan Ricketts to play for that. Look, Arsenal."
That's
I'm
right.
not an
That's
Arsenal
right.
fan.
Listen, not wrong
I'm
with
a Hammers
nepotism, you
girl.
know. Not wrong with nepotism.
Listen,
Not wrong with that
I'm
at
glad
all.
you said that. Thank you.
So you did the gig, you smashed it, and then what? You had a little taste for it. When was the second gig?
That was when Tony said to me, "Get your backside back to school and finish your homework, redo your GCSEs." I was like, "Yeah." I went back there to sixth form, and I got a C minus. Hey, yeah. So that's what happened. And
Okay.
I went to uni after I did a foundation degree in drama, and then I did BA honours. So the uni I went to was Middlesex University, but via Arts Depot. And I never stayed up in North London because there was no jerk chicken in that at the time. So I want to stay at mum's. So I always use my freedom pass, well, after 9:30, but obviously get a discount for a disabled ticket. So it's all good. You get mad vexed though, trying to get some space on the train. "Can you move down, please? My big bottom needs to fit in the train. I need to get to uni on time from south to north." And it's just weird. It's weird but wonderful. Going from South London to North London every day. And then I went to the BA honours at Chicken Shed Theatre. Nearly got kicked out there twice because I was too much attitude. I'm not from Southgate. I'm from the real gates to the south. So that's why I represent South London hard. Like I'm so solid. Then I did a master's degree in Chiswick, specifically Turnham Green. And yeah, man, I pay 15 grand for a master's. I want to know everybody in that area. I want to know I don't care if you live in a mansion. I don't care if you live in a pond. I want to give you a high five on the face. Like I want to know who you are and you know who I am, because Chiswick is different.
It is.
And I was gigging and studying. And the thing is, it's great hearing that, but with the condition that I have, which is complex partial epilepsy, when you sleep deprived, you can have seizures just like that. So you got to be really careful. And I have to take my medication every day. Like even to this day, like I have to take my medication. Like last weekend, I had a nocturnal seizure, but still clean my bed sheets, backside the bed, and go out.
So hang on. So I've got a note there that you wet the bed. So just talk me through kind of what happened and what happened there.
It's warm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ask your nan. It's warm. Anyone watching or listening? and then you get up and you think you just want to cry. You want to sit in the toilet, empty out your bladder, and you go, "You know what? Sure, I'm an adult. Let me just clean up these bed sheets and put them in a wash and just get some new ones, fresh up the thing." Mattress is heavy though, ain't gonna lie. So you have to use that strength and flip it over one time after spraying bare Dettol, and then yeah.
So what triggers that, Dominique?
So it's sleep deprivation. Alcohol can trigger it. That's why I hardly ever drink alcohol. So you heard me earlier before we went on air. Like I went to Boysdale in Canary Wharf, lovely place. But they had these drinks. They said, "Oh, it's light, it's refreshing, not that much. Oh, this cocktail's lovely." Always, again, these funky dunky names, yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, this name look nice, isn't it? Yeah, it was cheerful. Yeah, a bit too cheerful." Shout out to Ian Jury. I love him, miss him. Yeah. As I say, there's a lot. I don't take for granted the people who I've met over the years, even before my career. So the prequel of Variety D. Like I met Ian Jury before he died. Like he saved my life in near the old Oval House Theatre. Because I had a seizure in the middle of the road and I could have got lit down, but he saved me.
And what is it like gigging and doing stand up with the disability that you have? What are the things you have to be consciously
It's
and
scary as
constantly aware
hell,
of?
man.
Well, tell me
It
why.
is scary, but at the same time, it's therapeutic. And like I said, on paper, being a pioneer, the first Black British disabled comic, it's especially of my generation. It sounds nice, sounds beautiful and pretty, but it's lonely, man. When you're lonely in the mountain, it's cold. Like England, it's cold. But you still gotta say something. Still gotta be heard, and still gotta put in the work. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's hard in the sense where even as a woman, sorry, a Black woman, 5'3", but in heels 5'4", and I want to open them doors there and try make people laugh. The not all promoters, but some promoters don't want to get you on the bill because if you have a seizure, they're gonna get in trouble or if something happens. And that's I mean, I have to say, unfortunately, urban has been like that. Mainstream and alternative haven't. They have been opening their arms a lot more. Say, come on in, yeah, as long as you taking your meds and that. But
And have you had a seizure whilst performing? Yeah, you have.
not
Okay.
whilst. No, not like a. I didn't do a touch wood. Yeah, I didn't do a what's his name? Tommy. What's his face? What the guy named that had the hat on and
Tommy. Tommy. Oh
a
yeah.
car in it. It's a car. Not wait. What's his name? Bentley. What name?
Tommy Hill? Not Tommy Hill. Who's Tommy?
No, man, that's short.
Tommy Cooper. Tommy Cooper.
Thank you very much. I knew it was like
Cooper. Yeah, Tommy Cooper.
I knew it was like her. You see what I'm saying? Look, two brains. Look, iron feed iron.
So on a serious thing, so you genuinely miss out on gigs because promoters.
Yeah, I had a gig. I'm sorry. I had a seizure literally 30 minutes before a gig, and this wasn't even Crystal Palace. It wasn't even Croydon. Wasn't even Catford. This was all up in Cardiff. They said to me when I had after I had a seizure, I kind of went back to earth. They said, "Oh, you want to go home?" I was like, "Are you mad, brother? Listen, where's my emergency medication? Let me take that. It's called Keppra, which is tell lies years ago. Gabapentin, and then I took my 600 milligrams and made sure I had some water. So I think what it was the heat that triggered it, and probably excitement. And probably not getting enough sleep because it was like a comedy tour, so going from London to Wales and Wales to Birmingham and all that kind of stuff there. So, and I was first on as well. So I just told people what happened. Like, when I got on stage, they tried to shorten my time as well. I was like, no. Like, I'm still going to do my 15 to 20 minutes, see how I'm getting on. And then I just told the crowd what happened. And the promoters, they were like, no, man, don't talk about that. I was like, no, I'm keeping it real. And the audience loved it. They clapped and they were like, woo, survivor, kind of thing. So, and it kind of struck me. And I didn't get a phone call from them promoters till like years later when they probably saw me on TV, on ITV, so I didn't know. Because they were so scared to call me back for a booking for a gig. So it's like it's very cutthroat.
And Dominique, do you constantly feel like you're fighting? Do you constantly feel like you're fighting to prove that as a woman comic, you're good enough, that as a Black comic, you're good enough, and that as a comic with a disability, you're good enough? Is it a constant battle to try and prove yourself?
It is a battle of various, challenges. Yeah, it is a battle. I ain't gonna lie. But you gotta be thick-skinned, though. There's no brawling every day. You go, oh my God, I'm getting picked up. There are times where you do look at some of these flyers. Again, I'm not going to name none of them, but I think you've witnessed this. You look at the flyers from under the bridges, if they're still around, and if they're not there, you look at certain pages or social media like pages, and you see the same comedians over and over and over again. And these are the Black comics. And the similar thing, which is they call it juxtaposition or a parallel universe. In the white comics, in the mainstream, you see the same ones on those panel shows. You'll see like the same people over and over and over again. You're thinking, wait a minute. So I'm stuck. I'm kind of like in that thing of going, okay, I want to be on that panel show. I want to be over there. But wait a minute, yo, big man, I've known you for years. I know your mum. I know your auntie. Like, how you doing? Like, I'm literally in that kind of mess. This is but big shout out, big thanks to people like Quincy Comedian, Angela Ma, even people from before that, the late great Felix Dexter, who taught me not to be scared of them things. Because remember, I'm the last generation of the originals. the baby girl of comedy, which means that I am the baby of that generation, the ones before social media. You see,
And
so I'm
what and
stuck in
what
limbo.
and what keeps you positive? What keeps you wanting to keep going on to do what you're doing despite the difficulties that you
Going to new
encounter?
places. I mean, like, I can't wait till fingers crossed this happens. Like, I'll get to perform at the week of the Henrietta Regatta, I think it's called. And I'm seeing black people row boats, and they're rowing not just for freedom, they're rowing to get a nice medal and some money. Like, represent. And I can be there and literally host during the them like them snack moments. Yeah, I haven't been there before, but I've seen it on the TV and also on YouTube. They've got these like these snack things. Yeah, and I'm thinking this looks yummy. Like, I like this, and I want to be there to host that. And also just tell DJ or just like book like my cousin or something. They can play some like ragga rhythm, like something, because that music they play is not really our jam. So I think they need a little something, and just.
Yeah,
Just a little change, just
look,
switch up a little bit.
yeah.
Have
So if
a
you were
piece of
DJing, what
Lambert,
would you play? If you were DJing, what would you
Yeah,
play?
it's just I'll be playing, yeah. I'll be playing Paula Black, yeah, because like I'm gonna meet her next week. But like also I want people to know, one, where we come from. I want to play some Northern Soul. I want to play some I'm going through the old school and then reach up to the Garage Nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
give me
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
something, something. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I don't play no Snort the Reefer. I don't play none of that, yeah, because like it's a bit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my parents. You know what I'm saying? Ministry of
That's
Sound
so
when it
South
was
London,
Warehouse
man.
era. What? Represent. You can take something out of the South. You can't take South out of them. I mean, look what happened to the
Never
awards
that.
ceremony last year. I told them what time it was. I was
Yeah.
like, what? We're inside. We're inside the oval cricket ground. It says sorry. Oh my gosh. When my backside was outside in the cold.
Yes,
I'm saying,
yes. Yeah, I hear it.
Brandon,
I
when this
hear
game
it.
finished?
I,
Hechu. It's like, no.
I hear it. I
So
hear it.
it's things like that. Like my grandma said to me, yeah, and mix. They'll say if you see a gap within something, which particularly industry, fill it up. And that's why I said, going back to the nepotism thing, we can't name or we don't spotlight the black British families in the business who have been there for a long, long time. You see what I'm saying? We don't like give them applause or give them their flowers.
I
We need
hear
the
it. I hear
table,
it. The whole table. Give them the whole damn table.
because I'm the only female in my family. All the
Oh,
rest are man
really?
them. Yeah, so like I said, right behind you got Rowan Ricketts, played for football, Uncle
Yeah,
Paul,
yeah,
you got Malachi Kirby, big up my cousin-in-law. Who else? You got another Malachi Murphy, who's a producer. Malachi Foster Murphy. Who else? Oh, my brothers. Oh my god, I can get them. Round the corner. They're the inventors. They're the ones who founders of AIR, Autistic Intelligence Revolution. So they support young black men and black boys with autism and other neurological conditions, and
sure.
to push through, and go to places like St James's Park and not be afraid. Knights Hill, going to Knightsbridge. They think that you have to be rich or
Mm,
probably more like this. Kind of contrary, really.
mm,
Yes,
mm.
there's Sir Jordan. It's like you don't know, man.
Yeah,
Like you can
yeah,
be
yeah,
yourself but behave yourself. That's what we just
yeah.
gotta learn. You see?
And how much of
Tough.
your comedy, Dominique, is shaped by your disability? Talk me through what's your when you go on stage. What's your approach? When you go on, are you sort of comic that leans into your disability, or do you try and actively
No, not
not
all the time.
make jokes
No,
about your
no.
disability?
It goes back to what I said. I don't write stuff in the back of my hand or the front of my hand. I always talk about what's happened currently because I'm very observational. My brain. So if people know how my brain is like, it is neurologically disordered, as it says on paper. So I had an operation like 5 years ago on my frontal lobe in the lovely Harley Street. But I didn't pick there though. It was just because during COVID. That's why. So I couldn't go to Bournemouth King's College Hospital. But I got transferred there. I was well vexed. Like a few weeks after. I could take the duvets, the pillows. I could take the sexy doctors with me. No, vexed. But anyway, good to be alive. But yeah, I talk about them things, but I don't lean on that for a whole hour. Like the same way, no disrespect, a lot of women will talk about man, but they'll bad mind the man them for like 45 minutes. Like I'm thinking, no, What, like this woman sitting in the audience here likes that man over there during the interval. Now she can't get none. He can't get something. Now I don't like this. Like everyone's got to get something. Get it together. You know what I mean? Like I want to hear. Thanks for Variety D. We got twins. You know something. Like I want to hear something nice. You know, I don't want to hear this ABW. If anyone who's listening, ABW is not a car. It's called Angry Black Woman. I don't want to be in that circle either. Let alone being just a disabled black woman from South London. Like I don't want to be. Yeah, that's a new one. DBW and ABW. Yeah, I don't want to be none of them. Just categorized.
No, I hear it. And with your disability, Dominique, how does it affect how your brain works and your behavior? Just talk me through
Good question.
that.
So I have to. So most from the beginning of what I talk about is why am I named Variety. I'm named Variety for lots of reasons, mainly because I'm not mixed race, I'm mix up, meaning my heritage. So I'm British Guyanese, Jamaican. I don't say white, I say Cockney. To represent the working class. You know what I'm saying? You know, remember I'm a Hammer supporter, so shout out to Uncle Cass. Hey, hiya. You know, shout out to Frank Bruno. Hello. So like all them guys, you know, growing up loving them. You see. So like I don't. They taught me like not to. It's not about just the color of your skin. Yeah, represent it, embrace it, but it's all about just speaking to people's. You know, having that connection. You know, and also understanding where you come from.
Your brain, your behavior.
That's how it's like. Like my brain literally looks at the audience and goes, okay, so we've got tonight 60% women. Okay, there's about 40% black women. Okay, are they African? Might be African. You never know. Just right there, look at them, and then you literally break it down like that, but in such microseconds.
That's your comedy brain, right? I mean your brain beyond work, just like day to day. How does your disability?
Like everyday life, mine's different. Mine's like, so even my sleeping pattern, like it's kind of, if I don't take none of that, I ain't sleeping. And if I'm not sleeping, away with fairies I go. And then like even right now, as you can hear, as you're interviewing me, I'm trying to literally think forward instead of going backwards. But at the same time, I'm trying to remember what I've just said.
I can tell.
It's called memory retention issues. You can look it up, MRI, memory retention, and I've got MRI scan coming up soon. I don't know when. Luckily, we have calendars. But that's how different I am, and I don't write down stuff. I've made bullet point things if my show is say over half an hour, which I do have one woman show coming up in Glasgow next month at the Glasgow Comedy Festival. It's my first time going up there. And these are things I want to do. I want to go to places that you don't really hear much black comedians go to, let alone actors and stuff.
I love that.
And their reasons because it's cold. But I don't mind. I want to warm up the place with my jokes.
Yes, man. I love that. Dominique, tell me, what does cool mean to you?
Except for the weather. Like, cool means, let me see. Cool means, good question. This is your life. No.
What does being cool, aspiring to be cool, coolness, what does it mean to you? Is it even something that is important to you? Because you're a comedian. That's being funny. I think is quite cool.
See, that's the thing. Being funny to me, or delivering the funniness, is a medicine to me. It's something that's needed. It's like a therapy. It's like going to a therapist. It's like going to Moorsley, you know, or Slam. It's in South London born, you know. And I got to go back in there in Easter because I do two things. I used to volunteer or be on the other side and just talk to my neuropsychiatrist and go life. And then when everything a lot more chummy, I help out the youngers, the Evelina, which is St. Thomas's, because that's where I was born, and two, where I got diagnosed with my epilepsy. So yeah, man, it's a lot. Like comedy is not really a cool thing. Comedians are not meant to be cool and sexy and what you're seeing on telly. You're meant to be grotesque and stand out and be remembered. You know, for all the funny stuff, like all this restrictions that we're going through. I don't like it. You know, I mean, yeah, some things you shouldn't really say, but something I'm like, allow it, man. Like, if you don't like it, just like Kendrick Lamar said, turn TV off. You know, just do that. Read a book.
I hear it. I hear
You know,
it.
if you're
I
an
hear it.
encyclopedia, except for hitting moths, I mean, I ain't seen a moth for ages, though. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you used to get a big ass book, yeah, Yellow Pages or Thompson Local, and just like, whack out, bam, yeah, right there. And then you just put it back. Like,
Yeah, I
like
hear it. I hear
just
that.
read that one time, innit? Just see what's in there. I still got them in my house.
So, Dominic, let me ask you one final question then. What is the stupidest question somebody has asked you regarding your disability?
We'll be here all night.
Give me a couple.
Why are you doing comedy? How are you disabled? You can walk, can't you? You can pick up things. Where are you disabled? How are you getting this discount? Why are you not driving yet? Can you have any kids? You look alright. You sound funny. But are you funny though? Give me a joke. Like that. Yeah. It literally just like there's a list of ignorance. They say ignorance is bliss, yeah? But I tell you, give a little bap, you're right there, yeah? No thought of violence, but I'm trying to get my inner zen. But it is annoying. It is really annoying. Or where you get these should I say it? Yeah, I should say it. So when there was time me and Richard Blackwood did a gig, yeah, and kid you not, there was his like groupie fans, and they were like, "Oh, you better not have Richard. He's mine. RB's mine." I said, "What's the RB's yours? What are you talking about?" "Well, yeah, you. What you doing around here?" I said, "What you doing here? I'm going to perform." Like, yo, what do you mean? You can't have him. Ugh. He's like my uncle. Like, allow it, man. Like, yo, I'm not even on this high. You know, see what I'm saying? Yo. And then I kicked them out. I kicked them out. You know what? They want to be Jimmy Choo shoes. I didn't know what Jimmy Choo even was. I thought that was a Chinese dish. But you get with chow mein. I didn't know what it. Nah. Nah.
You wasn't having it.
The madness I've been through.
There's a whole heap of stupid questions in there, so I can imagine
stupid questions, stupidness, stupid things. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. 18 years. I literally will be here all night.
No, there's a lot. Well, listen, let's come full circle, right? Because at the start, I asked Dominique for your coolness rating. You said 9.5. Let me tell you that I think you're really cool, right? I think that I've seen so much of your content. I'm still yet to come and see you perform. I promised when I saw you last time. I think it was at a Scope event I saw you, and I promised I'd come and see you perform. I promise I'm going to come and see you perform very soon. But I've seen your content. I think you're really, really strong. I think you're dope. I think you're funny. But more important than that, I actually like your energy and I like your positivity. I like your outlook. I like the fact that you haven't let your disability.
Blessings. You said that way before Scope. You said that during the Raise Your Game. I don't know what year it was, but it was years ago. Yonkers.
What did I say?
You said you like my energy. You and Mr. Townsend.
Troy, yeah, I'm a Jamaican, so we're energy people. We're very. There you go. So we vibe on energy.
Yeah, man. Send us a bird.
Yeah, there you go. So you don't know. You know what I mean? So when I see someone with that kind of energy, the energy of what I call open. You're not closed. You're open, and you're forward thinking. You're forward moving. That's what makes me think you're super cool anyway. So them kind of things make me just rate you the highest. So you've gone for 9.5. I'm not going to argue with that because I think you're doing some dope things. I like the battle, the fight, the energy. You're strong. You're strong. What are you working on at the moment?
Get stronger. I can't be too comfortable.
Always. The fight never stops. What are you working on at the moment? What's coming up the rest of 2005? What's coming up in the rest of 2025?
Yeah, 20 to V. Yeah, remember V, Roman numerals, yeah, right. So what's coming up here? I'm going to be part of the Wandsworth Culture Festival. So I'm going to be performing in Balham. In the summer, but the dates can be confirmed. Just again, I'm Googleable, people. Okay, just type in variety space letter D for Delta or digestives or something. Just eat Dominique because obviously man just Say my name from the jump. Variety comedian. Google me or follow me on all socials because I got a gig in Balham, which represents the Wandsworth Festival. Got a gig in Glasgow next month. So if anyone from Glasgow listening, please check me out. I'll only be there for one night only. What else I've got going on? Motivational talks at the actual what's it called the British Academy, the original British Academy, which does science because of neurological stuff and high tech. I'll also associate with my brothers, DJ and Fabrice, who are the founders of Air Gamers. They play video gaming, but they represent black men and boys with autism. So there's a lot going on. I didn't do no gigs in January. Reason why, because I was grieving because my our nan passed away. So our queen of Balham passed, but her spirit goes on. Because fingers crossed, I'll put a statue in the middle of Balham High Street and be like, yeah, look, there she is. Let her do what she do.
Okay, yeah,
So,
I hear you. Well, listen,
I'm
we're gonna
saying
put all
breaking
your
boundaries, man.
we're gonna put all your details in our description. So we'll put all your handles and socials there for sure. Listen, Dominique, keep
Thank
smashing
you.
it, keep killing it. Thank you very much for coming on my
No,
podcast
cheers for
this
having
week.
me,
I
man.
really no, a blessing to have you on. Don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already. Whack it in the WhatsApp groups. Leave a comment, share the thing, like. You know what to do by now, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Please, laters.